It's so late. I'm so sorry. Okay. We'll wait till we get to 300, and then I'll start talking.
You guys.
Great. Welcome. So I didn't watch the debates tonight. I got food. I got marinated pork on the street, so mother's eating. Good. And then I didn't watch the debates tonight because I just realized something. Courtney tweeted this, which we tweeted it together. She tweeted, "It is an insult to the intelligence of Hillary Clinton and to that of the American people for her to debate with Trump," which I believe. Pearls before swine. And she probably was wearing pearls, for the record. I didn't watch it because I can't watch it. I won't. I don't want that negativity in my life, and I believe he's a beast that we feed by giving it our attention. He would go away if we stopped looking at it. It's such a blatant, gross, stupid, giant metaphor. Literally the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room will cease to be there if we stop looking at it and giving it psychic power. Donald Trump is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Instead, we are all Ray, Dan Aykroyd. We can't clear our minds because we can't find peace. And then we think of the worst, most crazy thing, but the irony, he tried to think of the best thing he could think of, right? He couldn't clear his mind. He wasn't able to do that. The other guys managed to do it because Ray's of inferior intelligence, but he is a nice guy. So he thought of the most cuddly, cutest thing he could think of. It turns out to be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man set to destroy Manhattan. They, of course, defeat it together through friendship, but unfortunately, Donald Trump is not cute. He's not cuddly because we are in such a crisis mode as a fucking world and civilization and everybody just individually that he's a festering orange Oompa Loompa version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And he is the product of white fear and ignorance and hatred, and that's the way it is. So, it just, you know, the one thing I do have in common with Republicans is this. One thing we can, because I struggled to find a thing that a substantive thing that I could agree on with people who support Trump, and I came up with this just now. It took that long. We both believe radical change is needed. That we can agree on. But when we when the reality that is just true, not 100% black and white true. It's not easy to separate what's true from not true. That's obviously why it's so hard. But white fear of letting go of the white people's fear, and they don't even know how to articulate it. They don't even know what they're scared of losing. That's how deep in the ignorance goes. So white people are terrified of losing this privilege, and they're not even aware of that fear. They're lashing out because this country is not theirs. It doesn't belong to anybody. And to say, I talked to 2 fucking cops in North Carolina the other day in Durham, okay? And I was like, hey, listen, what the fuck is going on in Charlotte? They didn't know. They did not know. They knew it was happening, but they hadn't had any news about it in a full 24-hour cycle. Illustrative, honestly, think about it. And so then I asked him point blank, halfway through a very civil conversation that we were having, civil, and halfway through I asked him, I said to him, you've got to admit, this country has systemic racism that is popping up in so many areas, and it's so frustrating to hear these black voices scream out, "Don't fucking kill me." And he interrupted me and he said, "There's no racism in this country." And I was like, what? They're 2 white cops, of course. And I was like, oh. I wanted to end the conversation right then and there because he fired back with that shit. It's like, well, you're not seeing in the videos. The cops tell you that all the time. Well, what you're not seeing in the videos is what happened before. What you're not catching is the whole context. No. I saw a terrified white cop shoot a black guy on the ground 4 or 5 times and then be horrified by the fact that he did it. You can see the fear and terror in the narrative unfold in his motherfucking eyes. He was afraid of this man because he was a black beast, and then he was terrified that he had killed a human being. You can see that right in his eyeballs because he's a simple man who is overtaken by hate and ignorance. It is bone fucking chilling, and it's also perverted to have these viral videos that just pop up and go away, like weather reports of black people getting slaughtered all across the country because their people are afraid of them. That's what it is. They're stomping out fear. And it's so, anyway, so what the fuck was I talking about in the first place? Oh, I got tacos. And I'm taking care of myself, although I have a cold, and it sucks. So tomorrow is the reunion, and I'm going to talk about it because Drag Race is a mirror, and I'm not just on some stoned conspiracy theory bullshit. The limit of Drag Race, the real legacy of Ru is that her legacy is limitless. Because Drag Race is a prism, and Alaska said it in the first episode, but you didn't get to hear it. She said, drag is a microcosm of the world, and that's what Ru said. It's a Ru quote, and it's true. And this season illustrates it better than ever. Because it points the finger to the moon, and what is the moon in this, metaphor is the twisted, perverse, decrepit sadness of our culture right now. And if you can't see that, don't focus on the finger. The finger is the pointer. Phi Phi, in this case, is one of the martyrs, and it sucks for her, and she deserves all the love and dignity and respect that anybody else deserves, but her legacy, unfortunately, will be reduced to that of, a fucking masochistic publicist's wet dream, to be honest, and that's a bummer. But in any case, I gotta, oh God, I hope I haven't walked. Where the fuck am I? I have no fucking idea where I am. Did I walk too far? LA is way too big, man. LA is way too big. So, I'm excited. I'm going to look amazing. And I'm excited for you guys to see it. And it's going to blow your socks off. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the big bugs bug.